Hello friends, what's going on? Welcome back to this channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host Jan, back in the Stamford Bridge studio to discuss all things Chelsea here on Chelsea News. And there's things to discuss. Changes happening at Chelsea Football Club, whether it be staff-related, recruitment team, new player signings, transfers, and indeed the aesthetic of the stadium itself. All we need now is good football, and who knows, after we beat Brentford in a friendly, we might be on course for a gargantuan 1-0 win against Bournemouth. Dare to dream, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about changes to Stamford Bridge aesthetically. Chelsea on the brink of another here we go for another wonder kid that the football hipsters really seem to like, which does get the juices flowing. What else are we talking about? Oh, Vivell, and we're going to look at the structure, this new team that's been created by Bowley comparatively to the old guard of whatever that was. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. If you want to. No forcing you to. You're just open. You're allowed to if you want to. It's here. Welcome, all of you. My hand being chopped off. Welcome. Also, if you want to join the club, click join underneath. Alright then, let's get into it. First of all, some fuzzy, feel-good Christmas vibes. I know that many of you won't celebrate Christmas, and that's of course fine, but you might celebrate the festive season. And Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, has had a bit of a makeover. Bing! Look at this. As you can see, the first thing that stands out is the new Chelsea badge, aloft and lit on the top and the front of Stamford Bridge, with of course the big Chelsea FC lettering as well, also lit up. A truly kind of nice makeover, and of course down either side you've got the trophies on those kind of like flag banners as well. Which is cool. It's new. It does have a slight Americanized feel as we creep ever closer to the West London Giants, but I like it. It was very vintage before. It was more like culturally football before, but this is nice. I've got no problem with it, and why not? You know, it's exciting. It's stimulating. It's the future. Let me know what you think about the Stamford Bridge makeover. But next up, I do want to talk about, of course, before and after, where we're at now in terms of a footballing structure. I'm going to use two graphics courtesy of Football Daily / Sky Sports. Firstly, let's take a look at this one. This was Chelsea's footballing structure, as you can see here, under Roman Abramovich. We had sporting director Marina Granovskaya, who did a lot, and of course Petr Cech, who was the technical and performance advisor. And that was it. It was lose money and vibes, Chelsea Football Club. And of course, we as fans loved it because often we were winning. Granted, towards the end, it wasn't so much like that, and it was more of a Tuchel papering over the cracks with a really great Champions League win. With sort of a dysfunctional side, but we were like, for a long time, this is untenable. Now, Marina Granovskaya is a world-class negotiator, and Petr Cech is a very intelligent man, but he's inexperienced in whatever that role is that they seem to have made up for him. That isn't conducive to long-term or even immediate success anymore. That's just what we're at. Whereas, ladies and gentlemen, now Todd Bowley has completed the Avengers with this. There you go. So this is under Todd Bowley, not Roman Abramovich. We have technical director Christopher Vivell, who of course has just been announced, which we'll talk about in a moment. Director of Global Talent and Transfers, Paul Winstanley, of course, from Brighton, and of course Vivell was from the RB group. Co-directment and recruitment of talent, we have got Joe Shields, I believe, from Southampton, and Graham Potter's recruitment specialist that he brought with him, Kyle McCauley. This is the Avengers. This is what good football teams have. They have a collective. I heard Joe Tweedy calling it a sort of think tank. It's no longer a person or two in vibes. It's, you know what? We've actually got a team to build success. We're investing in the system. We're investing in infrastructure. We're investing in a brighter tomorrow. Chelsea Football Club. it's good. Look, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need a structure to move forward, and we've started signing loads of new young players. More on that in a moment. We'll get there. But in the meantime, this is really, really important, and I'm going to talk about what Vivell and Chelsea said about his recent announcement on the Chelsea Football Club website. Let's go. Scream if you want to go faster. So, Chelsea FC are pleased to announce the appointment of Christopher Vivell. He joins immediately as the new technical director of Chelsea. He had some problems with visa work stuff, so that's what caused a little delay, but he is through the door. So he comes to Chelsea with the previous role at RB Leipzig in his native Germany, where he was responsible for recruitment and scouting across all age groups. During his time there, he also coordinated the overall strategy for squad building and recruitment among Red Bull's wider football group. Does that mean he brought an Erling Haaland to Salzburg? That's what people want to know. Vivell previously spent 5 years with Leipzig's sister club, RB Salzburg in Austria. Oh, maybe he did. As head of scouting and recruitment, and prior to that, he was at Hoffenheim. So he's all over the Bundesliga and the Austrian Bundesliga. Following his appointment, Vivell said, Chelsea are building the most exciting project in global football. The most exciting project in global football. And I'm extremely proud to be joining the club. There is so much potential for the club to continue to succeed, develop and grow under the new ownership. Graham Potter and the broader sporting team. There is clear and sustainable philosophy underpinned by performance analysis. Football manager, nom 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 nom. Data and innovation. I'm looking forward to being a part of that. Well, the football hipsters, nerds, and people who want long-term success should be salivating at the prospect of this new footballing structure. Todd Boehly, Chelsea chairman, and Bedadik Bali, co-controlling owner, said this: "We are delighted that Christopher has taken up this important leadership role at Chelsea. His work in Germany and Austria speaks for itself. We are confident he will continue his impressive trajectory here at Chelsea. He will provide important support to Graham and the ownership group and play a vital part in advancing the overall vision for the club." What is that overall vision? Well, we know. It's championships. It's success. We need to win some Super Bowls, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here to do it. World Series, Chelsea, here we come. I'm here for it. Silverware. Joking aside, consistent, top-tier performances with a philosophy at the top of the Premier League, ultimately challenging for honours, and just sustainability. I'm just so tired of the heart attacks. I don't need to wait a couple more years and get yet another hair transplant because Chelsea are just slowly carving and chipping the years away from my life. I don't need that anymore. When we lose, which we will lose because football's football, I want to think, okay, well, it's fine because we've got plan. It's no longer just vibes. There is a plan. Let me know what you think of that plan. Comment down below and let's move on. Alright then. So speaking of transfers and moving on and development, it looks like we've signed Andre Santos, this kid we spoke about a couple of days ago. So Fabrizio Romano, the guru himself, tweeting this: Chelsea are now closing in on Andre Santos deal. Brazilian midfielder born in 2004 is expected to join the club from Vasco da Gama. I'm almost certainly saying that wrong, but it doesn't matter because I'll never have to say that club again after this. Here we go soon. Woo! Here we go soon. Personal terms are almost agreed, and the deal is in the final stages. So the team will receive 70% of the fee as per Pedrosa, which I believe is a Brazilian journalist who called this first. So that is real interesting stuff. He's a good midfielder, and I know, I haven't watched him, but Liam Twomey was tweeting about this, an article in The Athletic, and he's good when Alex Stewart, who's a TIFO analyst, or once of TIFO, he's moved elsewhere now, saying he is very good, or he is VG, more of an abbreviated version. Excuse me, snotting into the microphone there, but, I've got a cold and it's the winter. So, again, I mean, the football hipsters rightly loved Havertz. Hat-trick. Hero Havertz, his abbreviated name. So Liam Twomey and David Ornstein Journo wrote this on The Athletic. Chelsea are closing to finalise the agreement for the signing of Andres Santos from Brazilian side. Here it is, Vasco da Gama. Maybe it's Gama? No, that's more like Mexican. It's understood that a deal is in the final process, or the deal's being finalised between the two clubs for an undisclosed fee. So we've heard different things here, like 20 to 40 million euros after add-ons and blah, 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 blah. Newcastle United and Manchester City, all the state-owned clubs, were interested in Santos, but the 18-year-old has opted in favour of a move to the West London club side. Personal terms are not expected to be an issue. Well, I guess not, because we just give him loads of money. If all goes to plan, Santos will seal a move to Graham Potter's side. It was Graham Potter's side, not the development side. Or is it Graham Potter's side? Or is he going to like do a Cesare Cassidy and sort of play with the development side a little bit and then be slowly rotated into the first team? I don't know. Santos plays as a midfielder and has been called up to the Brazilian under-16 and then under-20 level. As a teenager, that's good. The move for Santos will see Chelsea continue to spend money on a number of promising young players since Bowley took control of the Premier League side and since he assembled that super team of transfer Avengers, as we've just spoken about earlier in this video. In the summer, Chelsea made moves to sign midfielder Carney Chukwuemeka, Italian from Villa, Italian Cesare Cassidy from Inter Milan, and then Chicago Fire goalkeeper Gabriel Slonina. And lest we forget, Amari Hutchison from Arsenal, another 18 or 19-year-old. They're all teenagers. They're all young, and they're all great footballers. And we're still looking at Arsene Zakarian, by all accounts, the Russian attacking midfielder that's been often compared to Kevin De Bruyne in terms of his play style, which, of course, is exciting and a sensational headline. Last season Santos scored 8 goals. Remember, he's a midfielder. It's pretty good. And his side finished 4th in City, the Brazil's second division. Chelsea's campaign continues when they play Bournemouth, of course, on the weekend. Now, I'm not in the habit of watching 18-year-old Brazilian midfielders. Yes, I'm a little bit of a football nerd, not as much as I used to be. I haven't loaded up Football Manager for a while. So on that, I'm not going to tell you about this kid. For me, I look at people's reactions to this kid, people who I know a lot about football, a lot more than I know about football, and I know what you're thinking. You're watching this and going, Jan, what are you talking about? You know everything about football. Look, that's very kind of you, but it's simply not true. I'm just an average fan. Anyway, joking aside, people who do know much more about football than I have all been saying this kid is very, very good, so that is reason for perhaps people as ill-informed as me to get excited about it. You know, we can see that Chelsea have clearly got a plan here for buying a whole host of youngsters, and we're trying to, like I keep joking about, build the team for tomorrow, or the teenage team for tomorrow. And, that's probably smart, that's probably good joined up thinking, and this kid's probably very good. If he bursts into the team, plays well in first team football, does well in the Premier League, we look like geniuses, spending the odd 20 million euro here and there on these teenagers. They will become world beaters, and then, collectively they cost us the same as Jack Grealish cost Man City. Big brain moves, ladies and gentlemen. Surely. Yeah, man. So let me know what you think. I mean, I'm quite excited about that. Comment down below on everything we've spoken about in today's video. How do you think of the new look Stamford Bridge? What do you think of the new super think tank team comparatively to the Roman Abramovich era? It looks like finally we're doing something smart. And what do you think about Santos? Andre Santos. Do you know about him? Do you like him? Is he good? Will he play for us? Comment down below. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You're welcome to join. Keep it locked for daily content, and sometimes more than daily, depending on what's popping off in the headlines. I look forward to seeing you, my friend, very soon. Peace.